If you want to be highly disciplined and have strong execution skills for the rest of your life, and achieve your life goals, I strongly recommend you watch this video to the end. The theme of this video is how to make your execution align with your cognition. In my understanding, if there is a mismatch between one's execution and cognition, then all these excessive cognitions are very likely to become a spiritual burden. Let me give an example. Many people are always watching all kinds of cognitions online, but after gaining these cognitions, they still cannot execute them. Failing to execute makes them blame themselves. Why do people feel spiritually burdened when they have lots of unexecutable cognitions? For most ordinary people, many have lived unsatisfactory lives for a long time. As a result, they made lots of plans and goals, but failed to achieve any of them. This makes them endlessly blame themselves, thinking, how could I be like this? Then they watch some videos telling them to bravely resist manipulative people and not to please people with dependent personality disorder. But the next day, when they actually encounter someone manipulating them, they shrink back again. Some time ago, a young man came to me for help solving a problem. He said he had a conflict with his good buddy, who often used insulting words to talk to him, which made him very uncomfortable. For example, when a conflict arises, his buddy would say, "What are you looking at? Keep looking and I'll gouge your eyes out," which he feels is very offensive. And he often says such offensive words, but he doesn't dare to fight back, so he came to me for help. I asked how tall he was. He said 1.8 meters. So I told him that next time his buddy says something like this, he should say, "You dare to gouge? I'll break your hands if you do." That is, I told this young man he needs to fight back and really do it. But he probably thought, this is someone I've played with since I was little, how could I do that? No matter how long you've played with him since you were young, if he has no boundaries and casually talks about gouging your eyeballs out and throws all kinds of insulting words at you, it means the cognitions you try to convey to him have no weight in his heart. I realized that this young man didn't come to me to solve problems, but rather just to vent about his discomfort. The solutions I provided, he would never actually use. Even if he cognitively knows he should fight back, he won't do it. What's the point if he can't execute it? It still comes down to lacking inner strength. Telling yourself, I want to work hard on problems, study hard for graduate school entrance exams, get into a good school, and then I'll have more confidence in life and need this to prove myself, but then going to a rented study room, seeing others studying hard, and still wanting to secretly play on your phone and browse news and games, then feeling spiritually burdened when you get home. I spent money renting a study room today but just played around there, with my body sitting there. Wanting to study but my spirit still indulging in pleasure. This is absolutely spiritually burdening yourself. In my understanding, self-discipline and hard work are importantly about making yourself feel at ease inside. For many people, feeling at ease comes after executing something, not before. If you fail to execute something you know you should, you feel uneasy and anxious instead. Today I will teach everyone a simple and crude method to break the disconnect between knowing and doing. First, establish the belief that our execution ability is most directly tied to money. Even if you go downstairs now and pick up 10 scrap paper boxes to sell to the junkman downstairs, you can immediately get $5. First, don't get caught up in whether this cognition is right or wrong, because like I said, high cognition can become a spiritual burden. Keep telling yourself that execution ability is most directly tied to money. Even delivering takeout, deliver 10 orders and you can earn $40. When YouTube launched the Premieres feature, the day after it launched I immediately started using it. Of course I know there are many very capable, high cognition channel owners who will analyze this feature, say it's not a good product, these premieres have no audience, and give you a 15-minute analysis. But some channel owners are already on the road, they've recorded several premieres and put them out. Although these channel owners worked like dogs, many people did enjoy the premieres, earning them $7,000 to $8,000. I think and then immediately do, I don't wait and wait and wait. Because I feel like for anything, there is a bonus period. If you wait and wait, you'll miss it. Will you go run and eat dirt after everyone else swarms in? When everyone is frantically jumping in, will you start sprinting then? So execution ability can quickly link up with money. I even feel many pigs are flying in the sky not because they're smart, but because they caught a trend. Otherwise, if you try hard later, it's useless, the opportunity is gone. So observe carefully the many successful people in society. I don't think it's because they are so capable or anything like that. They just caught that wave and rode it up. Pigs with capital sitting on their butts. Those pigs then freely command resources with the capital they have, and also gain some leadership skills. Then they think, oh, my hard work led me to succeed, but that's not it. The prerequisite is that this person must have some execution ability, enough to catch the wave and fly up. The second point is this era is about fast fish eat slow fish, fast pigs fly to heaven while slow pigs eat dirt. If you understand this cognition, your execution ability will become stronger. Remember, constantly brainwash yourself that execution ability is most directly tied to money. Other skills are indirect, unreliable, and can even hinder your money earning ability. Execution ability can lead to true cognition. For example, a student wanting to learn mnemonic techniques, wanting to learn how to convert abstract words into concrete images that are easy to remember. You teach him methods and skills, like using the sound, shape, and meaning dimensions. But in reality, he can't do it at all. He needs a large amount of advanced practice to accumulate a lot of psychological representations to remember things. But I didn't know this before. I thought just knowing the skills and methods was enough. You can try, just relying on skills and methods you really can't do it. In reality, to solve math problems, being able to solve problems is not about knowing the general solution methods, but having practiced many of these solution methods memory chunks in advance. Then you can instantly think of them. Just relying on so-called knowledge points, you can't do it. Methods and techniques are just a mental paving. What really determines your ability are the psychological representations of memory chunks. What are psychological representations? When you see information, the various summations of mental impressions in your brain. All top experts relied on deliberate, massive amounts of practice to accumulate large numbers of these psychological representations, these memory chunks, in their brains. And these memory chunks affect your mental processing ability. So we say top experts have been immersed in an area for many years, accumulating massive experiences and memories. This is why my past understanding was wrong. I later realized this was the reason. My false cognitions delayed me in building up my execution ability to do many things. The biggest value of execution ability, of doing many things, is eliminating our erroneous cognitions, imagined cognitions. The biggest side effect of these cognitions is they cannot integrate with reality. They will delay your life. After teaching for over a year, I finally realized that students cannot apply mnemonic skills and techniques to their studies just by knowing principles and methods. Only at that time did I suddenly realize I had delayed myself for over a year, and delayed others too. But now I see many online lecturers advocating these principles, techniques, simple ways. I couldn't do it because I conceived this mistaken idea. I thought, the master leads you in the door, but cultivation depends on the individual. Everyone just needs to know techniques and methods. It's because I was stupid, but many of them are bad. They know what I'm saying, but still construct this kind of faulty teaching online. Executing things can change the neural circuits in your brain. When an action becomes a habit, you find it easier and easier to do. If you only cognitively know it but don't execute, there is no closed loop, and without a closed loop it cannot change your brain's neural circuits. You can think however you want, but if your actions don't change, what use is that? So next I will teach a method to change the relative weights of these cognitions in your brain, or the commanding power of the execution tasks these cognitions give to your brain. Let me first describe a phenomenon. In life there are many mama's boys, or nagging parents. Let me give an example, a dad and his child. The child sleeps in late. Dad says, "Hurry up and get out of bed, class is starting soon." This kind of parent nags endlessly. The child is lazy and willful. A man and a woman, the woman is hard-working while the man is useless, a hopeless case. The more you scold him, the more of a waste he becomes, the more you scold, the more willful he gets, the more you scold, the more dramatic he acts. Why? Why does scolding one person lead to the other refusing to improve? It's because those scoldings, those cognitions you're conveying, have no weight in his heart. What is weight? Let me give a reverse example. Say someone provoked me, touched my bottom line. I tell him once, if he doesn't listen the second time, I'll make him disappear from my world forever. I won't give a second chance. A mother tells her son, hurry up and come eat, don't keep playing games. At this time the child thinks his mom is joking around. So the mom goes and gets a hammer and smashes the computer. Parents like this who say one strike and you're out, their conveyed cognitions and expressed information carry high weight. The child is scared, wow, mom's a madwoman. As soon as she says it and I don't do it, she really will smash the computer. You see, families with moms who nag endlessly, baby hurry up and eat, don't keep playing computer, or I'll smash your computer soon, she's said it 100,000 times but never actually smashed anything. So her words carry no weight in the child's heart. Often in educating children, or in execution ability, don't say too much, don't input the same thing too many times, don't keep watching and listening to that knowledge, useless. So later I learned a core method, one strike and you're out, no second chance, do it immediately. Once you form this behavioral and thinking habit, many aspects of your life become clear, and your life takes on a whole new look. So I made myself one core rule, everything in my life must close the loop, one strike and you're out. For example, recording this video today, I've actually revised it over 20 times, but one strike and you're out, I must finish recording this video. Some may ask, how can you always adhere to one strike and you're out? Because this has already become a habit in my life. I'm already used to this kind of closed loop life. My clear task is, like smashing the computer, it must be done, must be completed, unless the earth explodes and there's no way, the computer can't be used. Once you form this habit, you'll find that after inputting orders and cognitions to yourself, they carry high weight. At this time your execution aligns with cognition. For example, at night I want to stay up late, get some freedom, since daytime is so tiring and hard. I tell myself to put down my phone, turn it off, then lie down to sleep. After this order, one strike and you're out, I immediately do it this way. No matter how hard it is I do this, because I've already formed the habit of one strike and you're out, always closing the loop. So in fact I use this very simple and crude way to achieve self-discipline. Of course you can't endlessly give yourself these kinds of one strike and you're out orders. Everyone has a limit in this area of willpower. The orders you give yourself must always be within your ability, not exceeding your capability. For example, I order myself one strike and you're out, today I must finish reading a 500-page book, and do so many problems. But that exceeds my capabilities. Then this one strike and you're out order quickly falls apart. After it falls apart it has no weight. In the future when I tell myself to read 500 pages again I can't do it. You see, all your orders, you must make the orders you give yourself to execute carry high weight, not low weight. All those who fail at self-discipline, their orders to themselves in execution carry a low weight, they can say it 800 times and still not do it. Don't eat this or that, just keep eating as usual. Your words to yourself have formed a very disharmonious state. If you want to be self-disciplined in the long run, it's basically impossible.